morning, class. How are you today? Okay, before we start our lesson, I will check the attendance list. Who is absent today? Okay, before we start our lesson, I hope you can actively participate and listen carefully during the teaching and learning activities. Okay? Okay, before we start our lesson, let's pray to the God. Pray start. Amen. Pray finish. Okay, now before we start our lesson, I will share you the PPT. Can you see my PPT? Okay, you can see in the PPT what we will learn today. Okay, so today we're going to learn about narrative text. I will ask you, have you heard stories about legend or folklore before? Okay, here I will show you the basic competence and the material about what we're going to learn today. Okay, this is the basic competence and material about what we're going to learn today. What you will do in this learning session is first, analyzing the social function, text structure, and language structure of the narrative text in the form of a short story according to the context of its use. Second, capturing the meaning of a narrative text in the form of a short story. Okay, so the material what we have here is narrative text entitled Buaya Tembaga. I will show you the text. Okay, here is the text about Buaya Tembaga. I want you to read the text first before we continue. Okay? Okay, after you read the text, I will explain the narrative text parts such as definition, social function, generic structure, and language feature. Okay, in here you can see in my PPT, the definition of narrative text is a story that created in a constructive format that describes a sequence of fictional or non-fictional events based on participation in time. And the social function of narrative text is the basic purpose of narrative text is to entertain and to gain and hold a reader's interest. Okay, now I will explain to you the generic structure of narrative text. Here, the first one, we got orientation. Orientation or so-called introduction contains about who, when, where a story is set. Okay, second we have complication. Complication tells the beginning of the problem that caused the peak of the problem or what is commonly called the climax. This section usually involves the main character of the story. Okay, the last one we have resolution. This section is the end of the story or in the form of a solution to the problem that occurred. Problems can be solved, can be for better or worse, which will make the story end happily or vice versa. Okay, now I will tell you the language feature of narrative text. The first is using past tense. Second, using action verb to show an action. Using a specific character. Using the adverb of time. And the last, use time conjunction to short event. Okay, you have read the narrative text about Buaya Tembaga, right? Here I will tell you the generic structure of the Buaya Tembaga text. You can see here the orientation is from first paragraph and the complication is from second until 5 paragraph, and then the resolution is the last paragraph or the 6th paragraph. Okay, I will tell you the language feature of the Buaya Tembaga text. Okay, the first is using past tense. Example, disturb, harm, lift, stay, intertwine, worried, and etc. Second is using action verbs. Example, went, asked, saw, attacked, fought, and etc. The third is use specific character. The specific character of the text is buaya tembaga. And then using adverb of time. Example from the text is a long time ago. And the last one is use time conjunction. Example, when, at least, then, although. Okay, that is the example of narrative text, the definition, social function, genre structure, and language feature of buaya tembaga text. Now, do you have any question? Do you have any question, student? Okay, if there is no question, I want you to make a group discussion consist of 4 or 5 students. I will give you the worksheet about the other narrative text entitled Malin Kundang. I want you to identify the social function, generic structure, and the language feature of the text, okay? Okay, after you finish analyze the Malin Kundang text, I want to give you homework. The homework is I want you to compile a narrative text about folks that you have heard before using your own words. Next week, I want each group come in front of the class to explain the result of your discussion about narrative text. And the other groups will give feedbacks, comments, or question to the presentation group. Okay? Okay, student, I think that is all about our lesson today. Don't forget, next week you will do a presenting in front of the class. And next week we will learn about biographical text, okay? Okay, thank you for today's class. Before we go home, let's pray to the God together. Pray begins. Finish. Thank you for today's class, student. Good morning. See you next week and have a great day. Thank you.